I'm Ryan Keister. I met Jared 28 years, 6 months, and 12 days ago. We were born on the same blissful night in 1986, 8 hours and 34 minutes apart. Gary and Linda arrived at the hospital eager to bring their son Ryan into the world. At 7:44 p.m., Ryan arrived. Gary and Linda were quite pleased. Their new son was strikingly handsome and had a calm and collected demeanor. They retired to the recovery room to prepare for a good night's rest. Little did they know that Jared would change their plans. Later that night, Kevin and Sherry knew the time had come. Jared arrived at 4:18 a.m., the morning of September 2nd. Kevin and Sherry were quite pleased with the arrival of their new son. He was quick to his feet, although somewhat forgetful. Sherry and Jared joined Linda and Ryan in the recovery room. Sometime that night, Jared and Ryan got to know each other quite well.
Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine wife, I got me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Woo! Thank God I'm a country boy, yeah!
Unaware of the bond that had formed the night before, the families went home the next morning, tragically separating the young lads. The boys were grief-stricken, believing they would never see each other again. As fate would have it, 16 years later in 2002, Jared and Ryan were reunited as classmates and friends when Jared came to high school in West Point. When Tricia came along in 2012, I wasn't sure she'd be able to handle Jared as I knew him. It was a hot summer night a few months later that my uncertainties would be put to rest. I picked up Jared and Tricia to go for a cruise in my 1983 Chevy G20 conversion van. After driving around for a while, we ended up visiting some friends at a campsite. As soon as we pulled in, I knew that we wouldn't be leaving until morning, but I chose to leave Tricia unaware of that. We all sat around the campfire for hours. Eventually, as Tricia realized she had no way home, she retired to the van. Time passed quite quickly after that. Ryan tried several times to get Tricia to join them back at the fire, but she refused. Sooner or later, they all did get some rest. As daylight came, Jared was delighted to find Tricia still asleep in the van. Although she was understandably not in the best mood, we departed for town. I saw them together a few days later and knew then that if she had put up with that, she might be around for a while. As I was fact-checking for this tale, I came across one other thing I'd like to share. When Jared and Tricia's relationship status became Facebook official, there was a comment. Bryce Schlickburn wrote, "Is she a pig farmer too, Jared?" Jared replied,
Let's just say she digs the pig.